Welcome to Oasis, Tribe with the Vibes, where we lift up the spirit and open our mind. Wellness, reflection, empowerment, joy, healing together. Your soul will enjoy. Hosted by Netter, let the journey begin. Authentic on the vibes, bringing light from within.
Welcome to the Mindful Minute. Take a moment to pause and breathe. As you inhale, think about the people who make you feel safe, seen, and supported. As you exhale, release any fear of comparison, competition, or disconnection. Ask yourself, who feels like home to me right now? How do I show up in my relationships with honesty, care, and grace? Set an intention to nurture connections that feel mutual, life-giving, and aligned. Breathe on that. Let sisterhood be soft. Let community be real. Take one last inhale and exhale. Ashe. Welcome to the OTWV experience. Pew, 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 pew. You're seeing us right now at Puttshack. We're having a fabulous time. A lot of laughter, a lot of love, some hilarity that we're hoping that you will giggle along with us. From the onset,
Cheating.
It starts great.
A lot of cheating.
Ain't no shame in my game today.
Well, you just throw yourself. Innocent and intentional.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Proud of it. It's crazy.
Yes.
She just stood her ground.
That was good. I mean, that was. I think we showed a great display of what the the variety of personalities that can come in melanated bodies. Okay,
Man.
because we had those people stunned, and I appreciate their viewership. All of that. They were voyeuring, spectating, all kinds of just, yeah. But if you're just tuning in, we are a wellness podcast. So we talk about the deep things that you usually say to yourself in the shower or in your journal or with your closest friends. But we think that we need to be normalizing these conversations because we want to spread wellness and healthiness throughout. And so this episode is about sisterhood and not just commercializing it, but real sisterhood, real tribe, that the people that you absolutely feel like see you, you see them, you feel heard, and you belong, right? And so we want to kick this off. What does sisterhood mean to you, and how do you know when it's real?
Makes you honor the dingle sister.
If you haven't also noticed, we're wearing headbands that make us identifiable to everyone in this establishment.
Insert picture here.
And so we're tapping them so that people can know who's going to talk next. I sound more gravelly than usual. I'm a little slayed. I'm a little before first round was over, I was already tapping out of the game. But I came out champion.
Hey, the first shall be last, the last shall be first. You know what I mean? I've been mixing the words all day. But I get it. I lost the first game and won the second.
Sure did.
Can't go champion.
Your words are powerful.
Yes.
Because I was like, I'm gonna have a Bible. I actually did it. Not even really paying attention, but yeah, just speaking stuff in existence.
You succeeded on accident.
Exceeded abundantly on
On
accident.
purpose. Feed it to her. It was on purpose.
No, but I need that. I need that. That was a good one. I ain't been to Puttshack in a while, but that was so good for that. Yeah, having the people just watch us.
I guess I can answer the question. The teacher and me, look.
Focus student.
Look, they be like, land the plane. I guess sister. You should be tracking me. It's 3 and 2 and 1. We're going. Are you ready? I'm still waiting on you. Oh,
We've learned to figure out how to close the space until somebody is ready to.
look, it's so funny.
Yeah.
No. That was good. I guess sisterhood to me is like the way we show up for each other and not like always being bucket dumpers and fillers. You know, some friends you met like in like very traumatic situations and y'all was sharing on like trauma, but then like as you evolve you want to show up different from your friends. Absolutely. So like I have like a different level of awareness. Like I don't want to be a friend that's always dumping, but I also understand that important of listen to my friends. So different friendships, sisterhood show up different. It's all about the person. So it's just like being there and knowing when it's my time to actually give feedback or just listen. So it just depends on my friends and look different because I have so many friends and strong connections. So.
For me, because I have so many sisters, it's just always been being the responsible one, being the dependable one. So sisterhood looks like being able to depend on my sisters because I'm going directly to the sister chat on site, unless I need to see what your face look like for the story. Because I'm like, I got to tell you in person.
No, it's real when it's a face chat.
Yeah, but it literally looks like going to a community that I know is going to give me support. I know it's going to give me encouragement. I know it's going to edify me because sometimes I don't even say what I need, and I know I should be doing that more. But I know when I do say that I need it, I know I got that group that I can go to. So that's just my literal sisters. And then, of course, I have this group because the group chats are right under each other because I'm sending the same message. Help me, because when I send the SOS, I am in need because usually I'm not that person. And so when I do, I know that's the exact group that I can go to. And that's why I just feel so real because I know time and time again it's been that.
I like that SOS. I think sisterhood is like, I'm not a friend that normally like gets so vulnerable, but the ones that know me, sometimes I do like, I just like, I'm tired of being a strong friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
But sisterhood is accountability too, because we have to hold each other accountable for the things that we let happen in our life.
Yes.
And not make them feel judged, not make them feel unheard, not make them feel unwanted or unloved, or not making your sister or next to sister, unblood sister, feel like she's alone in her circumstances or her situations.
Because you already feel ashamed anyway, or regret, or whatever that emotion is. I'm not about to help you dig this grave. And let what you need so we can figure out how to fill this goddamn chasm.
Yes.
And if I don't have it, I'm gonna be honest. What's something else I can help you with?
A tangible thing that I can do for
Because I'm not gonna try to feel from a deficit. Because
awareness.
We have learned that the math don't be mathing when you try to do that. So
it's negative.
I'm gonna tap in where my my wealth and resource and abundance is, to your point. So I'm like, okay, what can I help you build then? Because
in my capacity.
yeah, you should be fed the same way you feed.
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel from it.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
I grew up in a house with all boys. So I have a sister, but she lives in another state. But just, I don't believe in coincidence. When it's divinely set for me to lock in with someone, you know, I try to be obedient and I try not to let past relationships, you know, change my view on that. Even if I meet someone through someone else, I want to meet that person for myself. You know what I mean? Like, I met you through them, but let me meet you, you know? And I need to know if it's like divinely set for me to continue this. Really do appreciate divinely being connected with people, especially my melanated sisters, those who really aim to uplift others as if they would want to be uplifted. Like you say, it's one thing to vent, but it's another thing to garbage dump. It's another thing to project. You know what I mean? And I'm always that forgiving sister, that understanding sister, the be optimistic sister. And it's like, no, you gotta lay down boundaries. You gotta stick to your boundaries. So I again appreciate divinely ordered sisterhood where sometimes I don't even have to say nothing. They just know. She just need a hug. She don't, oh, she's upset. Just let her process. She know we here. You know what I mean? We right here. But you know, that's the type of sisterhood I need. And I desire and that I am now experiencing and grateful for. So
You give it out too.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you do.
She does.
She does.
She's done it on several times. I have not had to say a thing. I will walk up to her, and as soon as we embrace each other, I'm just releasing all tears. She has not had to say a thing, and she instantly knows right then and there, and she will just embrace me.
I love it.
Come on now. Wait a minute.
Embrace me when I'm having one of those moments.
You know how
You got it.
you feel what? Yeah, you can. Right, exhale. Don't suck it up.
Breathe it out.
That's what a sisterhood is for.
Exactly.
You don't have to hold it in.
That part.
We just did a 1 minute map, so you let that shake up.
Absolutely.
1, 2,
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I said, really? So sad.
But it's always wonderful to have people like that in your corner. Thank you, baby. Especially when you're not used to growing up with a sister. When you had a half brother, and then your little sisters that you do have, there's never been that closeness. There's never been that bondage. It's always been the separation or the negativity. And oh, I got to be mom now since mom died, so now I gotta take on the extra weight of raising 3 kids. Like, where was she at? No, y'all need to figure this out. Definitely. Y'all need to learn. But being around this one here, being around Netta for the years that I have known her has led me in a path of growth, has led me in a path of peace, has led me in a path of loving myself better and differently than what I used to do before. I used to degrade myself, beat up myself mentally and emotionally. I was always like an aggressive person, mean, evil person because of what I was raised with. The more I became, the more I started being around her positive spirit, the more she started growing, the more she started pushing it out. So it got to the point to where I started looking at her positivity and was like, oh, I really need to start listening. I need to start hearing. Because, you know, my stubbornness, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
You wasn't ready. It's okay.
Yeah, like, but growing with that sister and growing into meeting other sisters along the way has helped me evolve, has helped me grow. Sisterhood means a lot more to me now than it's ever meant to me before in life. Loving, caring, nurturing, listening, hearing, being there for one another, showing up and showing out, basically. So, and I appreciate it all.
If you've been craving peace, clarity, and a little more you time, this is your sign. Synergy Oasis is where wellness meets intention. Holistic Core is our way of helping you align your mind, nurture your body, and protect your energy, one ritual at a time. From empowering decks to reflective journals, that feels like a deep exhale. Plus, stay tuned with our wellness podcast, Oasis Try with Vibes, where healing is real and growth is a lifestyle. Shop Synergy Oasis Holistic Core or subscribe to our meditations on Substack. Together, we grow and thrive. Find out more at synergyoasis4au.com.
It looks like that because she calls me a bulldozer. Like I'm bulldozing them to their next drink. Like, come on, man.
She does. She does.
So we ain't got time.
Yeah, she be pushing that enlightenment, yes. And then she gets,
You trying to go to hibernation again?
You can't go into hibernation with her around. Ain't none of that.
You hibernate when the money is making money for itself. Okay.
I feel it coming.
Or do something.
We in the silent, please give me out. Like, like, can I stop today? She's like, what is wrong with you? No. No, babe, no.
But you need that type of friend.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, as someone that tried to go a different path after having a kid and trying to figure their life out, I had to tell myself, this is not working. I cannot work at the restaurant. I can't continue to do this. Yeah, you was a college dropout because you had a kid, but you can change.
Mm-hmm.
So then when I realized that was the only way that was going to get me more money, and when I got done and I started sending money and I started telling people like, you can negotiate contracts and salaries, then I started telling my friends, you need to start thinking about long term. You get you a certificate. I told one of my friends, I said, in the medical field. Now she's in the medical field with her certificate. Then my other friend, she's talking to me about going back to school. And she said, and she was crying to me. I said, I was a student for 10 years plus as a mom. It is okay. Sometimes you got to sacrifice income to get to the goal. And I sacrificed a lot of income to get to the goal. So, yeah.
Yes.
What the question was, what is sisterhood to you?
How do you know it's real?
That's interesting. I have an older sister, but we were not close. We're like 18 months apart, and we beefed like real bad. So never really was like the way I see like Netta and her sisters. I'd be like, oh, this is so interesting. And it's a lot of y'all. Y'all got like y'all. It's a lot of y'all. Y'all got your own personalities. Y'all got your own stuff going on. It's like gift and curse. Okay, it's a lot to keep up with, and like I'm intrigued, so I'm trying to make flow charts in my head to keep up with everything. But it's a lot. It's a lot of people. I'm starting with a lot of starting pyramids. Flow charts have helped me so much with understanding y'all. So dang, that's just it. I have to see a visual. I have to have a visual to understand stuff. Like, what are you talking about? A word without a visual. That's every word has a visual. When you think about it. Yeah. But, it's just very interesting to see the dynamics of sisters or even mothers and their daughters. It just fascinates me. So when I got older and kind of like I made friends in college because I went to 3 different colleges and just like naturally connected with people. Then I had Zion with me, so he naturally made people connect to us. But I've had sisterhoods that had like seasons. So like we would all be transitioning from something. I had a few friends that like would span over the seasons, but it was very like off and on. So when it was on, it got to a point where it was so off that we might as well just cut that out. So my view of sisterhood is in repair because I'm like, people are weird. Like, you don't like it. People are weird. That's so true though. Like I strongly identify with that. It's probably our man, it might be. But I come like when you guys were this first question, I'm like, it's not many times I feel like a first question throw me off. But I was like, oh, we better get into it.
Oh, I pride myself on just going straight in there.
And I just say that to say, like, I come from a background so my name is Angela. I get that name from my dad's sister. She was unfortunately murdered and she was the youngest. And so, and I never got to know her. That was before me. But I say that to say, she was, when I was born, and about to be born, my dad went to his parents and asked, could he name me Angela and give me that name? And so, unfortunately, it's what you said, a blessing and a curse, because my whole life I've experienced a lot of not sisterhood because of who I am and because of who I've been named after and because of what that meant to my dad. I have I have 3 older sisters and an older brother. I'm the youngest of 5. My oldest brother and oldest sister have the same mom and dad. My 2 next sisters have the same mom and dad. And then it's just me with like my dad in relation to all of them. And so, 2 oldest like come from the background of my dad was alcoholic and their mom also did drugs. And so then with my 2 sisters, it was foster care. And with me, it was my mom came from a good family and, probably, let's be honest, I was like, oops, I was. So I say that to say like, the longevity between my parents, while hoped for, who knows? But I say that to say, it just, I didn't experience sisterhood like that, even coming from having a few sisters, because while I feel like, it was just always your dad's favorite. Like, let's get into it. It was always, he loves you because you're named after Angela, and I'm the only one. My brother went to college, and then it's just me. Everyone else in between, none of my sisters went to school. They all became mothers and wives very early on, which definitely has been a huge part of their identity. But another part of that has been their struggles, as stated, 2 parents, 1 drugs, 1 alcohol, 1, like foster care system, but also still alcoholic dad. And, it just comes with a lot. It comes with a lot that I didn't ask for. Let's be honest. And so, and plus because I was my mom's kid, like, and because due to my dad's alcoholism, like we separated early. So my mom, they moved into a house in Oakland, and 4 years old, it was over. So I just say that to say like sisterhood didn't look like that, and my friends have always been like my family, because so sisterhood hasn't come from what you would say is my sisters. I feel that the 2 in the middle I'm very close with now, and I'm grateful for that. It was really never I didn't feel that from them like that in a way that was harmful. My brother, I don't feel the protection from him that you would think comes from brother, but we've done some patching in adulthood. All has come from me, but I've always found sisterhood in my friends. And as an adult, I find it hard to make friends. To be honest, I had an anxiety probably since the moment you reached out. Oh yeah, yep. Look, girl, because I don't, like I can count on my hand between friends here in California. And I have friend trauma. Thrown under the bus, fired, tried not to get me to graduate, like set me up, things like that. So when I wrote it down because I was thinking about it, I think that for me, sisterhood is rooted in trust and transparency due to what I've been through. The trust coming with really feeling like I can trust you, you're not going to snake me, things like that. It has nothing to do with a man, nothing like that, but just really just vulnerability. Vulnerability. I have a very hard problem with vulnerability. I am that bitch. I'm that bitch in my career. I get hell for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't find sisterhood in my career. My last job, I was there 3 months, and it was because we was camaraderie. Lord,
Yeah.
in the office down to like taking shots on a Friday, because we could, and it ended up being one person gets manager, and now it's we connected on Facebook and we all going through something at the job. I say something like, I'll never work here again. And now I'm getting calls from HR. That's weird. That's that weird shit. So, I hate to say it, but I'm a workaholic too. So I only sometimes find those connections through work. Literally. I know y'all through so it's just, I trust in transparency means a lot. Transparency because the friendship traumas that I have is rooted in people not really telling it how it is.
Yeah.
Why is something happening or a rift between us, and now all of a sudden it's you think you this and that and do whoa. But when did that was or when did you say
yes, I should be thinking.
Right. Or even the smallest things of like not being able to have those conversations. Hey, I know you've been going through a lot, but if we can have some type of communication, that would really support me too. Transparency. What do you need?
Yeah.
My best friend told me one day, Angela, I need you to hug me. And I was like, huh? What you mean, girl? Like, we good. You my ride or die. But no, she's, I won't say emotional, but she is, let's just say she's a hugger. Cool. She's a hugger, and she had to be transparent and tell me what she needed. Absolutely. And as a friend, I had to say, yeah, let me work on that. Last week I was going through it. I came in her house. I said, V, I need a hug. Ooh, but to be able to hear somebody out for real that you care about and not have it be like, why is she saying that about me? Why is she, like transparency. Yeah. And we're friends. I practice that in all my relationships. It just, I want to be the best friend I can be, but I know I fall short. Tell me, hold me accountable, be transparent. If I don't rise to the occasion, fuck me. But give me the opportunity to show you that I care if I am not understanding what you need, And so trust, transparent, and you know what? I'm gonna add communication. I think that comes with it too. But same things. I've been hurt by sisters. My sister put me out on her doorstep and told me, oh, get your stuff, drove me to my dad's house. And I didn't hear from her for 5 years. This 5 years of my niece and nephew's life, things like that is like, it keeps me from being close to people. So it just so happens that as another year comes around and I'm struggling as an adult to make friendships, it's Authentic reached out to me. And I just appreciated that for real, no matter. And it's like, I have to do the self-work.
Yeah.
The questioning, stuff like that, me being anxious, that's for me to handle. It's not for me to project. It's not for me to hold back being in this space. It's not for me to create my own self-doubt about, am I worthy to be in this space? I'm sure you all are very connected to her authentic more than I am, But I just appreciate her being vulnerable enough to invite me in her space with her people,
But you love people too.
Yeah, right. That's why
you is.
Yeah, I think
you
we might not connect. And I see them a lot. Now, 9 times out of 10, the reason I see them a lot is because of the podcast or because they're closer together and I'm the one, you know what I mean? So it's just how the cookie crumbles. Yeah. But girl.
But she's also the friend that I reach out every day. She's like, I'm trying to hear from you every day.
Trying to go on the hibernation.
We make dates. We'll be like, is you free for this? And then she'll be like, yeah. Then I'm like, I'll send her something. She'll look at it and then we'll connect.
Let it be life, man.
Yeah.
We got life, but thank you for being transparent because it's not easy doing that.
It's not.
When you just meeting people. You like, I don't know this person, but
not.
Again, it's divinely felt. It happens. It just falls into place. So.
And that's why I made this my priority today. Like I can't be that person too. As soon as authentic hit me up, it was me to my fiance, like, friends, people are, this is the thing that I asked for, but like, I'm saying, you know how I feel, type thing. I'm talking to y'all, like, stressed, and you know, she's prepared. Sent that invitation 2 weeks, y'all been stressing 2 weeks.
Look, I love a prepared person.
I'm like, I need, this is what I need. No, absolutely. Or not. Yeah. And then I will plan accordingly. I can go to the next step after you confirm the first step.
And you see me, I was like, I was waiting on the further details.
Yeah, I was too. She was like, you get that after the RSVP.
But I didn't care about the details. When she first sent it, she was like, you didn't read it. I need you. Shut up. She sent the first set of details. And she asked, that gave us the time frame of when she wanted us to let her know. I said, excuse me, I'm telling you now. I'm right. I'll get it now. I'm not waiting until the deadline. I'm telling you now. I'm letting you know. I'm going to be there.
I'm giving you time to process.
Yeah, I said, no, I don't need that. Because I know I need this. No, I'm telling you now. I'm letting you know now.
Sometimes I'll be like, just to clarify.
Okay. Yes. That's a
I love a person that's playing.
Coming in, you're seeing us at Puttshack right now. You're seeing us at Puttshack with these headbands on our heads. We look fantastic. This is a great segue to the second question. Why do you think genuine connections can feel so hard to maintain? And I know I originally said in a group setting, but I feel like they're just hard to maintain even when you're just trying to connect with an individual that you would like to spend more of your free time with.
Trust.
Life be life.
Yeah.
I definitely see that being many of the reasons. Intentional and unintentional judgment. Insecurities. Yeah, when you see someone being in a good place in their life, they just got a promotion or they finally hit that goal, or you still pressing hard. You like, man, what about me? You may not intentionally be thinking that you're jealous, but it is. Let me celebrate my sister. Let me be happy for my sister. Girl, if you don't rub them elbows and rub it off on me, come on, I'm ready now. I'm really ready now. If you at it, right for me. And that's how I view it. If you there, then I'm closer. Like, what we doing? So yeah, that's my bull. You know, this one here is yours. She's like, what are we talking about? Okay, so she's like holding you accountable. That's the accountability sister. Oh, yeah. You know, what are we doing? Because I remember last time we talked, you had said she gonna dissect. Because the last time we had talked, you had said this, and something's not adding up. So I'm just asking, So I just again, I think that those things can make or break a sisterhood depending on what you're going through, your trauma that you've had, whether you're getting help, seeking help, accepting help, because our melanated beauty most times it's always at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to mental health, when it comes to body health, giving birth. We're not going to even go down that hole right now, but it's just, if we can't show up for each other, who gonna show up for us? So,
because we showing up for everybody else.
Everybody.
That's me every day.
I think also shame. Like, you know how you don't contact that person in a while, and then it's like, damn, like, but you're thinking about them, but you just feel that you just don't know. You don't know what they think. You don't know how they think about you, but I think that shouldn't sometimes be a factor if we are like rooted in those relationships. We can all say that we do have some people where we really don't have to worry about that. That sister you link up with and it feels like, okay, no time has passed by, but really time has passed. But then you also have those people that maybe you have observed them in other relationships with people and, and have heard them out about what their needs are and you know that you're just not meeting them. So then it's kind of like, where do you stand? I have a situation right now where I feel like I'm that friend that can't never leave the group chat. And I'm like, dang, like, but does that look bad? Like, you don't know my life. Or, well, I mean, I guess you do, but do you know it enough to know that you're a priority still, despite me just not being able to come up with the funds? Like, you know, like stuff like that. I'll say personally, I hold, you know, and I always, while I'm still authentic in these relationships to say what I can do and how I can extend myself, you know, we just can't help but feel like we disappoint people when we just don't show up the way they need them to, like us to.
Yeah.
So shame is definitely something that I think creates this really silent, you know, disconnect between people we really do either want to connect with or just can't. Even with authentic, you offered, if you remember, to take me for a pizza puff around our birthday.
Oh, yeah.
That was on my mind even coming here. I'm like, I never went and got that pizza puff. We didn't set a date, like, you know. But it's because I want to show up for those people. It's because you extend yourself to me. I want to take that. Yeah, I
I'm
haven't
talking
had
about the vegan. Yeah, she been pushing that on everybody. It's good though. Was it not?
Yes, it was.
It was a safe.
Like, I can't.
She gonna look away
and
turn
like,
away.
yeah.
Not the whole turn away.
Right.
It's like, yeah, you're right, but whatever.
That piece of stuff.
I think like what you said, I think it's about perception.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm so transparent with friends, and I'm a social butterfly, and I have people like, you don't have any friends. I said I got like 12 friends, no lie, and it's some that I talk to every week, and it's some I talk to once a month, and it's some I talk to frequently. It's just I got mom friends and everything. But I think it's to understand your friend and not take it personal. Like, I know that me and her don't talk every day, but we might talk more on social media than anything. And we might talk more when Zion's here in the summer when we helping out with the kids and getting them to summer camp. But it's like, I don't expect you to do that because I understand your capacity.
Yeah.
So, and what my therapist taught me is like, whose perception to carry. I decline places I don't want to go to with no explanation because I'm grown.
Yes.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You told me this day. I already got something on my calendar. So when it comes down to like, I think your friends, and I hate like that you haven't found community and different women because I'm a person that grew up like my friends was the biggest connection. So then when friendships start ending, I was crying.
Baby.
Like,
falling.
yeah, I was mourning those friendships because they came like relationships ending with no explanation. And I was like, what did I do? But then I thought, I remember he was a dumper all the time. And you just went ghost. And then I was feeling like, what happened? But then I realized it's so many other women that I'm aligned with that's there for me in different ways. And I understand the difference in all my friends. It'd be friends that call me and cry. And I'd be like, I love that my friend cried with me that one day. And I'm listening to her and she like bawling out tears because I'm the only person you know that completed degrees. So I think when you know your friends and if you can't show up, no is enough. And it does not require explanation. I don't have space for it and I can't come.
Yeah.
So don't feel
That's
bad.
real.
Because I used to be that sister that always wanted to come. And I remember being broke as fuck, being somebody's bridemaid. And I remember thinking, like, I have no money.
That's why I said,
and I'm your bridesmaid. And we're not even real friends, bitch.
Damn.
Like, like I was in your wedding and I saw you at the laundromat and you act like you don't know me. And your husband like, hi. And then I thought that I had to be there for you. But then I thought about when we was in college, you wasn't there for me. So why would I be your bridesmaid? And I was like, I'm done with saying yes to people just to be there. So if you can't do it, no is no questions because you've grown as fuck. No explanation. It's a statement.
It is a complete sentence.
That part with a period. Capital letters.
To chime on to what you said, I think one thing that makes it hard is like, I think social media puts a certain perspective on what friendship should look like day ones versus day twos, when in all honesty, some of them day ones that did you dirty and you need to release and let go. And it's, I now that I am where I am with one of my longest friendships, when I see those like show your 10 plus year friends, I be like, I don't want to see this shit. Because it's like, while I appreciate that you have a friend that long, I don't like seeing it. It brings up negative feelings for me about friendships. It also makes you question about how are you as a friend, like you knowing what you gave to that friendship and what you receive back and how you ended the friendship, it just leaves you at a loss. Whether you were the one ending it or you were the person that, depending on what side you were. I think you just grow up over the years. You expect certain things out of someone without communicating that sometimes, without sometimes expecting more than what you're giving, even though you feel like what you give is equal or more than what the other person. It's just a lot of imbalances that happen over the years. You grow apart. I think just not being able to see someone in the changes in their life and accept that they've changed and they've moved on. If you can't adapt to that new person, like that relationship has to end, and it's hard for people to really talk about that ending. Grieving it is hard. And just being able to have that adult conversation, like I still have love for you, but right now it's just not the same for us to be in each other's life as often as we are. And I'm not even the type of friend to be like texting you every day. I'd be like, ooh, overstimulated. I'd be like once a month, but it's great, perfect. Because I'm just so in my own world. Like, life is like a video game to me almost. And like, I'd be so focused on what I want to do, where I want to be, what I got to get, all the plans that I have in my head. Like, going outside is like slowing my brain down for a little bit. But, and if my friends aren't connecting with me, like, that's where I am now in my life. Like, I've always been like this. I've just now honed in where I know myself to a very high degree that I know, like, if you're not here, I can't even entertain it. It just puts me down. It drains me. Now I'm pouring from my cup when it should be a fountain. We're pouring into each other and reciprocating the energy back and forth. And if it's not like that, I'm almost depleted myself to give to this relationship. And reciprocity, I think that's ultimately like we want reciprocity, and some people either don't know what that looks like, haven't experienced it, or both. And it's like you have to know what it looks like for yourself, what it looks like for each different partner. Friendship, relationship, it just goes really, really deep. But reciprocity is a thing that like I stand 10 toes on, like in my sisterhood. Now, reciprocity don't gotta be, it's different levels, different tiers, different everything, but some reciprocity. Reciprocity.
My thing is I'm having a word, but I'm trying to be obedient. Sisterhood should not make you feel like you are defined by your finances and your ability to do what they do, because now that's surface level friendship. Okay, we ain't here for theater because I've been through too much. I've been through too much for you to look at me and tell me that I'm not worthy of the same type of friendship because I can't financially come through this time. Have you not forgotten I've come through before? And see, I'm not a friend to keep tabs. I'm doing it from my heart, and that's the difference. So when you align with women like that, you'll feel that push. You'll feel that you ain't got to say nothing. As Tam said, you ain't got to say nothing to me. And that was just led to me to say that don't ever allow anybody to make you feel inadequate because of where you are financially. Your life is your life and their life is their life, and you're on just two different journeys right now. It's what you doing. You got to press forward. You want to get what you're going to get. Like you said, you just said it. I'm good. My career, I'm good. I'm this, I'm that. And if they make you feel any less for saying that,
they don't need to be in your life.
They're not in alignment with you. Because I'm over here like, say that. Like, here we are struggling just to, we need to clear our little throat chakras because we're like, do I want to say this is what I am? Yes. And she was like, I forgot. I'm like, well, I'm just trying to keep it short. I'll go crazy. Right? Yeah.
I'm with you because I used to be like I think about COVID years, and one of my good friends from high school, we have the same birthday. And I remember when I was coming back here and I switched jobs, switched careers, school closure. I depend on the child care systems, school system to keep child care laws. And I remember when friends, my good friend, my sister, my family was putting groceries in my house because childcare was taking all my money. They're like, oh, you over income. And now I'm at a place where that one friend and my sister, they give so much that that one friend got one of my after pay accounts. And I don't question if she gonna pay it. She's the only one that use it. But I'm happy to be able to be like, you can use this account and I know that you are gonna do right by me because I remember when I ain't had nothing and you was willing to give me groceries. Like during COVID because my rent money was rent and childcare was like I was like, how am I surviving? So now when I'm at a place to show up for my friends, I'm like really big. I'm always coming with a gift. I'm always coming with a candle. And I feel good because I remember when they showed up for me. Like I remember my sister did stuff for me. I'm like, what you want for your birthday? We give like, I got the kids all weekend. Oh, that's the gift. I got the kids all weekend. So it looks different depending on what relationships you have with people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I receive it too. I thank you for that word because I think more for me in this position, like I've been there too, but I think it's more of self pressure. You know, am I showing up for them enough if I can't show up in this capacity? Not necessarily that they haven't been that, but I think when you see somebody constantly showing up for you, again, it's that rest. Because I'm considerate and I am a good sister, I'm thinking about, am I pouring into you the way that you need to? Oh, I missed 30 and now we 32. You know, like, I just want to be able to say that I did it, you know, but I also know that I shouldn't put that stress on myself, you know, especially if I know it's stressing me out that bad. Like, And again, that's just where the honesty comes in and my transparency. I called her the other day. I said, hey, I made a decision. I can't do it. This is what I can do. And that's what we're going with, you know. I appreciate those spaces. And yes, I held that tight like a balloon, like before I could finally say it. But again, it was me, not her in a sense, you know. But again, I just want to find the capacity to which I can then give myself, and that be enough, not just for them, but for me too. But yeah.
I say be gentle with yourself. I wanted to say that to you. Be gentle. And I had that earlier. Yeah, because I was like listening to your words and you seem like you've been through so much. But you have to be gentle with yourself. Like, and have boundaries with yourself when it comes to like what you feel about certain friendships. It's because the boundaries there to protect you. Like if I gave you my all, that's enough. And I'm giving myself grace. If I showed up, that's enough. My friend invited me somewhere a few weeks ago, and I said I can't do all of it because I'm coming from work, but I still showed up because I know this is a friend of mine, and I have the capacity to show up. So if I can show up, I'm going to show up. If I can't, I'm getting grace and I'm getting sleep. I'll catch you next event. So be kind with yourself, and it's okay. I used to want to show up, and then they think I'm letting them down. I said I'm letting myself down, showing up when I can't.
But even you going against your body if if something in your body. I used to do that all the time when I was in college, and I felt like a certain situation was iffy. I would leave. I would tell my friends, "Look, I got my car. I don't feel right. I'm going home. Y'all got a buddy? Y'all can get home together. Y'all cool?" Because somebody else would have a car. Because I'm like, don't always depend on me.
Man, they in the pocket for you. Stay surface level because we spoke earlier. Be kind to yourself. Your body not gonna take it if you're not kind to yourself. And there are things you want to do. Give yourself grace so that your body can do what it needs to do.
This has been such a great conversation. What does renewal look like? And how do you keep it sacred? Because you have to fill your own cup. You have to replenish yourself. And we've been talking a lot about reciprocity. And yes, that is real. That's important. But if authentic hasn't shown us anything more today, is filling our own cup. The little goodie bags we got are awesome. Thank you so much, authentic. And I feel like every little piece in there is all about renewing and really rejuvenating yourself. So what does that look like for you, and how do you keep it sacred?
I keep it sacred by making it for me. Sometimes I can have a habit of looping people in just for the fun of it. Because, you know, you want your friends or your people or your man, whoever there. But I have to remember that those times sometimes are also best spent on myself. So, like, preserving me for me, you know, and knowing that times with others will still be there too. So,
yeah. Mine's is like having a rough school year and sacrificing self. And it's like now I had to start back doing like monthly check-ins with the therapist so that way that I can like decompress and not internalize the things that's at work and taking a person because you're like passionate about the work you do. So those check-ins have helped me like re-regulate my emotions so that way I'm like, this is just work today and I'm moving on. So like monthly check-ins with the therapist works for me. Like
I have Sunday self-care day. It's like I wash my hair that day, I clean my house, I take a bath, like I'm lighting candles. It is truly a date meta day. And I have come to really hold that day tight. So the sacrifices that I make on Sundays otherwise truly be sacrifices because I'm like, I'm missing my self-care for this. Like it's gonna be worth it. So again, it's in my calendar and everything. I typically don't let things be booked on that day so I can really take it for real, for real.
I'm gonna have to do that. Mm-hmm. I like hot vibes and burning candles too.
Yes.
I like sit there and watch the Real Housewives and put the phone right there.
Yes.
You
This is
like
it.
TikTok.
Yes, Mary Madison, why did you do that, Dr. Jackie?
I think my renewal is like kind of like outgrowing my environment. So new space, new, just new space, new mind frame, even. Just really pouring into relationships differently. Like moving forward, I'm to myself. I don't really reach out to people. Like I'll talk to people on social media, little, doop, 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 little chime in. But for the most part, like I really be locked into myself. And I don't think that's necessarily healthy to do the amount of hours that I could clock that I actually do it. So really feeding into the relationships that pour into me and that was like the most important thing for today. And I'm glad y'all all were a part of it. But yeah, just pouring into those relationships, be holding myself accountable to certain things, like not just it could come off surface level, but I'm not a person to ask surface level questions. I think ultimately when I have a conversation with most of the people I have conversation with, it gets to a deeper level, even from the simplest kind of like video, meme, blase, blase. It can go on. So I think the relationships I hold and how I renew them is like they're deeper to me, but I need to make sure that the other person sees that same way. Like I might not contact you all the time, but the conversations we do have far and in between are very deep conversations. So it's not like we had that conversation, you don't see me for a month, and we start at ground zero. That's not me. It starts back where we left off. It's like we just, jumped over a month. Time.
Little quantum.
Yeah, a little quantumly. Just as big. We just, moving our Sims around in the game. But yeah, so that's renewal to me. Just feeding those relationships and making sure my point of view is shown to the other person.
Hey, I'm Authentic. Authentic Capsule is my videography, editor, and producer name. I decided to make my long-term hobby of being behind the camera my business. I love being on sets of a podcast taping or taking pictures for a good family friend. Book Authentic Capsule so I can capture you.
Okay, well, my renewal is like similar to what you guys are saying, feeding into each other, putting out what you receive, and vice versa. My self-care is really dating myself again. I've been a single mom for 19 years. And don't get me wrong, the single life is fun, do I want to get married if it happens, it happens, but it's not something I'm cracking the whip on. I'm not right. I'm not against it, but again, I'm not a person to force it. But the self part of me, the selfish part of me, I've learned to be selfish now. Being a mom, I've been very selfless. And in my family and friendships, I'm the one to give, I'm the one to plan. Family events normally don't happen unless I plan it. So when you're the glue, sometimes that glue can get a little tacky and things can come loose, right? So I'm recently coming out of a really dark space in my life from a very traumatic experience. And it took me to be reconnected with a friend from over 20 years ago that, just dissipated one day with no explanation as to, was it me? Was it her? Was it that? So being able to come out of those dark places, and have those same friends come around light years later and say, hey, I'm still here. And then help to pull you up. And then you got the sisters on the side saying, hey, we over here too, girl. That is a beautiful thing for me. And that's what sisterhood is truly about for me. It doesn't matter how many days of the week we talk. It doesn't matter how much time we go out and spend together. When I call you or you call me, it's full blown attention. Yeah. It's full blown attention because what we talking about, So that's my thing. Date myself and just learning to trust my instinct and go with that flow, man. They come and they go. It's season, reason, a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, listening to all of you, friendship has been hard for me this past year. So renewal is like pouring into the genuine people that I know, truly care about me and like we on the same page. I don't gotta guess or nothing. I'm getting emotional because it's deep like that. Like I really value friendship. So when I'm hurt by a friend, it's like, damn, I, poured into you for all this time and for me to get the short end of the stick. So it's just like, okay, fuck that. I'm pouring to people who are, even if we haven't talked in a long time, no, I'm not crying. Even if we haven't talked for a long time, yes. Would like to.
She can't help, baby. It's just running over here.
So renewal for me is just like really pouring back into those people's like, you was a good person, we vibed or whatever. Let me, reach out, no matter how much time it's been or distance. Yeah. My old coworkers from Florida, I still talk to them whenever I'm in Florida. We kick it. It's no love lost. But like you really have to gauge those friends. Like, are we, on the same wavelength anymore? And if you gotta break the yoke, it's hard. Whether you talk about it or not, it's just like, okay. And if you ask something of me, I'm still trying to show up. If I should, if it really outweighs, like you fuck me up, I don't want to do that shit for you. Like, fuck that. But you still try to show up and be a good person in your soul. It's like I'ma still hold back in a way. It's like I can't overgive anymore. Yeah. So I love that. Yeah. So that's what renewal is for me.
Yes, I love that not overgiving because I have so many friendships and I was crying, but then in the process I gained 3 close friends. So then I was like, I'm not really missing them no more.
That part.
I'm like,
I ain't lost a friend that I want back. So whatever.
I am an overgiver. I don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and that's my problem. My husband hates it. He fusses at me all the time about it.
That you're an overgiver?
You always going to other people's stuff. You always doing this. You always doing that. And they don't show up for you. They don't do this for you. You always do that. Why do you keep doing that? And
who you are?
Yes. And I have to catch myself sometimes because I can't help myself. because I love people. I love being around people. I love helping people to a certain extent, depending on the person. I'm a people's person. Any atmosphere I go in, I can fit right in. But when it comes time for friendships, it's a whole different boundary. That's a whole different level for me. Because I've been burned by so many people with friendships. I just cut a girl off, matter of fact, a few weeks ago. And we've been friends for more than 20 years. I've always known that she wasn't good for me, but because I was in fear of like starting the beef. Not only that, but
Starting over.
My renewal journey is getting back to loving myself, having my meditational moments, with just sitting there listening to smooth jazz, no TV, nothing, just my smooth jazz and just sitting there and just mellowing out and just listening to my music. In addition to reading certain scriptures now, doing more things that feeds into my spirit and my soul and my mental health. Looking for study plans that adds value to my mental health because I know I have a long way to go in some instances. So I look at what can I do to feed into me, especially with accomplishing my goals where at first I didn't believe in myself enough. And so now that things have happened, I've added more time with focusing on what can I do to keep myself going? What can I do to get through this situation and just let it go because you can't control it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just,
done is done.
That's
it's
the
done.
biggest thing right there. You can't control.
It's done. You can't control it. Let it go.
Welcome back. But as we wrap up, we're going to share some tips. So if you hadn't already heard this throughout our conversations, and if you like the headband, get you some headbands, and you and your friends should just go and be identifiable wherever you go, because these little headbands have been just catching everybody's attention tonight. We thank you so much. Sisterhood needs clarity, okay? Your friendships grow faster when expectations are spoken instead of being assumed. So, again, I hope you all have been hearing us talk about how important it is to speak with clarity, communicate with clarity, and really speak from the heart. The healthy groups don't require you to shrink. If you have to dim your light to belong, that's not your tribe. And it don't matter how long you've been friends with them. If they are asking you to dim your light, not be who you are, not grow, because that's what life is, growth and change and love. If they're asking you to stop doing that, it's time to leave them at the bus stop, okay? Stop in the name of love. Okay. Consistency builds trust more than big moments. Real connection comes from small check-ins, honesty, and showing up repeatedly. So, yeah, we had these tips before y'all even started this conversation. So thank you so much for aligning with the tips that we have for the audience. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Authentic to share the challenge.
In one take.
Alrighty, tribe. It's time for our challenge. This is the Sister Support Challenge. So this week we want you to reach out to a woman in your life and speak life over her. You could send a text, voice note, or DM that says, I see you, I'm proud of you, I'm rooting to celebrate someone this week. You could send a text, voice note, or DM that says, I see you, I'm proud of you, I'm rooting for you. Make sure you tag us, hashtag OTWV, hashtag Talk to the Tribe, so we can see you support your fellow sisters. And y'all have a good night. Back to the gutter.
Thanks for listening. We hope that you like and subscribe. Until next time, keep flowing with the tribe. Peace.
If you've been craving peace, clarity, and a little more you time, this is your sign. Synergy Oasis is where wellness meets intention. Holisticor is our way of helping you align your mind, nurture your body, and protect your energy, one ritual at a time. From empowering decks to reflective journals, that feels like a deep exhale. Plus, stay tuned with our wellness podcast, Oasis Try with Vibes, where healing is real and growth is a lifestyle. Shop Synergy Oasis Holisticor or subscribe to our meditations on Substack. Together, we grow and thrive. Find out more at synergyoasis4au.com.
Hey, I'm Authentic. Authentic Capsule is my videography, editor, and producer name. I decided to make my long-term hobby of being behind the camera my business. I love being on sets of a podcast taping or taking pictures for a good family friend. Book Authentic Capsule so I can capture you.
This is Oasis. Tribe with the vibes. Let's grow. Together we thrive. Let's a good vibe flow.